should I do my intro? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lexo here with my sister, Cassandra Rose of House Garcia.
Yeah.
First of her name.
Yeah.
We're here with a show review of Game of Thrones. We have a winner of Game of Thrones. Okay, let's start with some positives. Okay, Cassie, I think that Sansa.
The cinematography was
okay,
good.
Cinematography, great. Let's not talk about the writing, but the way the show looked was god amazing. Like, remember that scene where Dany's walking and then Drogon's wings are behind her?
Yeah, it
Great.
looked like she was
Dragon
like,
Queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was a really
girl.
pretty shot.
You're a
Yeah.
mass murderer. Yes, girl.
Yeah. Let's just pretend that you didn't massacre like tens of thousands
also,
of innocent people.
Sansa, at the very end, her arc might have been the best one,
Yes,
right?
the best one.
I mean, they might have screwed up Jaime's, but they might have screwed up a lot of people's, like Jon's, but like, relax, okay? But that shot of Tyrion when he found Jaime and Cersei,
yeah, that was a really nice shot.
really nice.
but-
I mean,
but
sad.
It was sad, but it was a really good shot.
Speaking of shots,
I don't want it. I don't want it.
House Stark, the best house. Let's talk about Arya's arc.
It was a really interesting arc.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I mean, her prophecy didn't come true. Like,
Yeah,
like
like-
100 of the prophecies in the show didn't come true.
Yeah, but hers was the closest. Hers was the
Okay,
closest.
so she closed brown eyes.
Yes.
She closed
blue eyes.
But the green eyes thing,
It didn't happen.
the fruition was nowhere to be found. So I was just wondering.
Like they had it set up perfectly. They had it set up perfectly, but like every other prophecy that there was in the show, they just
yeah,
where'd that go?
yeah. Okay, so Arya's was
yeah.
all right.
But you know what? She didn't want to be a lady. She didn't want to be a knight.
So then
she kind of wanted to be a knight, but then she gave up on that. She just accepted the fact that she's just a girl.
Then she ends up going west of
Yeah,
Westeros.
she goes west of Westeros.
Drogon taking Dany back to Essos.
Yes.
Do you think that was okay?
Yes, because
Okay.
that's where she should have been. This
Grey
entire time.
Worm, the war commander,
Yeah, the Master of War.
master of war, he is going to Toth. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay,
with
good. We're on a good track here. We're on a really good track of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrion remains hand to the king.
Yeah, because
Good.
I feel
Tyrion
like
is the
he
best
was
hand
Yeah,
in the show.
yeah. I feel like he did his job very well, even though he made some slip ups, which yeah was pretty bad, but
Okay.
it's good.
The King's Council. Now, I thought this was brilliant.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they all made sense.
The King's Council consisted of Bronn, who is Master of Coin, which makes total sense because he is always money hungry.
Yeah, and then you got Sir Davos, who became Master of Ships, which makes perfect sense for him because he is the best smuggler.
Or also there was Sam Tarly.
Yes.
Sam, House of Tarly.
Yes.
And he is the
Grand
Grand
Maester.
Maester. It makes
Very
sense,
perfect because he
he's
was
always-
studying to be a
he's
Grand
always-
Maester.
Okay. Dany's arc. Did you enjoy Dany's entire arc in 8 seasons? Episode 1 to episode now.
She was a wimpy girl in season 1, like started season 1. But then we start seeing her, becoming more independent.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that she's standing her ground on everything. But then, once season 8 began, once she found out about Jon's true identity,
Mhm.
you kind of notice that she's becoming like her dad, and
Okay.
she's
So there have always been times where Dany kind of shows her fire and blood true colors, if you know what I mean. So where she kills the slavers of Astapor, is that where she killed the nobles in Meereen by crucifying them?
across the city.
Yeah, so there were people being crucified across the city. Okay, that's kind of dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then people that don't bend the knee, like House Tarly, she burns them.
Or
That's kind of dark.
burn
right?
/ feed them to her dragons.
Okay. When she freed all the Unsullied, her first command to the Unsullied was to kill their masters? That's pretty dark, right? And then all of a sudden she murders
She kills
all of King's Landing.
No, you forgot that she burned all of the Khals in one building.
Oh yeah.
She burned them all alive.
Yeah. So her arc was she was the villain we were promised.
Yes, people just didn't
Yeah.
realize.
This was a villain origin at its best.
Yes.
Okay. Before I get to the last couple characters, Brienne of Tarth.
Oh, I love
Brienne of Tarth. It was
I
nice how she was finishing Sir Jaime's
Yeah.
House Lannister.
It was a nice touch. It was very fitting that she's the one who writes it.
She finishes the story of Jaime, and I like it.
Because he told her about, no one's really gonna write much about me other than the fact that I am a Kingslayer.
Podrick is a knight. Thank you. Good.
Yes, I didn't think that Podrick would live. I thought he was gonna
Podrick
die.
and Sam, I thought they were long gone.
Yes.
Okay, so I left out 2 characters that we have not talked about. Who am I talking about here? Who am I talking about here? Bran the Broken. When Tyrion chose Bran, how did you feel? Like, I was sitting right in front of the TV. You saw me sitting right in front of the TV.
Yes, you were in front of the TV.
I was right in front of the
I was
TV,
behind you.
maybe a foot away from the TV, and then he chose Bran. And then
He just says, "Hey man, you should be king." And
Yeah,
here comes
yeah.
Bran going like, "Why do you think I'm here?" So we've seen multiple times where Bran said that he's renounced his name as Brandon Stark.
yeah.
He said it
'Cause he's
numerous times. Sorry, he said it numerous times that he's not Brandon
that he's
Stark.
the Three-Eyed Raven.
He's the Three-Eyed Raven.
Only.
The only strictly Three-Eyed Raven. He's like, "Oh, I'm not really anyone anymore." And then they go like who are you? He's like, "I'm Three-Eyed Raven." I just looked through time, like all sorts of history.
Then he said that for how many seasons? Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Like even during like the Battle of Winterfell,
Yeah.
no, we need to lure the Night King out. He wants me.
Because
Okay.
they're like, "But because you're Brandon Stark?" No, because I'm a Three-Eyed Raven.
Yeah, it was only 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
I thought he was just gonna die.
Yeah, I
because I
thought
was
he
like,
was gonna die
his story's done.
Yeah.
Right?
His story's been done since he as
Okay.
soon as he got to Winterfell. He's
But-
been done.
But he is chosen as the ruler of the 6 kingdoms, protector of the realm.
Ruler of the Six Kingdoms.
6 yeah. But no, I'm not saying it's not a terrible choice. It's more of a huh?
yeah. It was just more of like
yeah. I was watching it just like
yeah.
like it didn't terrify me. It didn't horrify me. It just made me go.
It just went over our heads. We're just like
Right.
what?
I mean, like, I think he's gonna be a great king
Yeah,
because he's so
like-
monotoned and he doesn't make any decisions based on emotion. So
he just makes decisions based on what's happened in the past and how they've gone.
okay.
And the results of said
Jon.
decision. Oh, God.
Jon Snow. Aegon Targaryen. 6th of his name. Rightful heir to the 7 kingdoms, back when it was 7 kingdoms.
It's not anymore.
Okay, so his arc. Let's not forget he was killed, murdered, and brought back by the Lord of Light. So he had a reason to be brought back. So we're led to believe that his purpose was to kill the queen. I thought fire and ice meant Targaryen blood and Stark blood. Okay, I was getting behind that. I was like, yep,
Yeah.
it's building up to this. It's been
Yeah.
building up to this
Yeah.
the whole time. Like, they spent so much time devoting...
They spent years.
Yeah, they spent years telling us
Years.
that he's a Targaryen, that blah, 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 blah,
Yes.
blah. He's important, blah, blah.
Yes. This nobody, who we shouldn't have cared about, is actually the most important somebody in this entire show.
So, okay. I'm gonna make this part short, saying, you didn't like how they handled Jon Snow. So simple yes or no?
No. No.
No, you didn't like how they handled
I
Jon
did
Snow.
not like
at
how
all?
they handled him. No, not at all.
Okay, so moving on. So Yara, actually.
We didn't really get
So-
to figure out what happened to her after.
So Yara's been missing for
quite a while.
God knows where. I should have made missing posters because I had no idea where Yara was for the entire season. I only saw her twice for a total of 3 minutes of screen time. 3 minutes.
Showing up 3 minutes.
These were hour and a half long episodes almost, and you saw Yara saying, "What does dead man ever die?" And then like I think it's episode 3 or whatever, she's just tied up, and that's it.
Yeah. And,
So
then she's just rescued, and then she just parts ways
Yeah,
with Theon, and that's it. That's all we ever see of her. Till the finale, for like 5 minutes.
so I'm led to believe you were not satisfied with this finale.
No, not in the slightest.
Okay.
That was...
I think I'm okay with it. Not satisfied, but I think it's almost impossible to satisfy me with a show that had this kind of scale. This show was really huge.
And they spent lots of money. on
Yeah.
this show,
So Sansa, great. Arya, great.
too. Tyrion, very
Tyrion,
great.
very great. The entire council, Tyrion, great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, Dany, great.
Yeah.
I think Dany's arc was great, even though everyone's all pissed off that it didn't turn out the way they wanted it to.
Yeah. It's just that people weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
So.
So it's okay.
Cersei's was great. I enjoyed Cersei.
And Jamie was okay.
James was fine.
Jon and Bran.
Jon and Bran, I have many questions. I
Other than that, I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
think you're okay.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be okay.
I'm torn about it because it's not what I wanted. But again, it's not my story. It's not my show. And they ended it the way they wanted to end it. Which in my opinion is kind of weird, but I'm okay. I'll live with it. Yeah, how's that?
Okay.
Can you live with it?
I mean,
You gotta sleep on it?
Yeah, it needs to sink in for quite some time. It needs to sink in for me.
Okay, not a problem. Any closing statements, Cassie, before we wrap up here?
I just wish that they handled this last season better,
Right.
to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
the first 2 episodes were fine. They were fine the way they were.
Third one was okay.
Third
It's
one,
dark.
third one
It
was okay. Just a minor complaint that it was too dark. It's still too dark.
Look, I think this season was good. I don't think this season was great. I don't think this season was long enough. Point blank. It was
Yeah.
not long enough at all.
They should have
been
just
at
kept
least-
it.
Should have been 8 to
Yeah.
10 episodes.
Keep it like the rest of this season.
I don't know
Like
whose
8 to
idea
10.
it was. Whose idea it was
Yeah.
to make the final season of the biggest show in the history of shows
Yeah.
to be 6 episodes.
I just think that this final season was way too rushed. It was
Yeah.
way too rushed, and the fact that they didn't know what they were doing really
All in all, though,
is.
I think Game of Thrones has been hell of a ride, though.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones
it's a roller
has been-
coaster.
it's been one hell of a ride for Game of Thrones. I mean, I'm excited for the prequels.
I think it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how far in the past.
So,
they're going.
so what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start binging the rest of the series and just reliving the good times. You know. Well, okay. Thank you, Cassandra Rose of House Garcia. First of her name.
Yeah.
And I am Alexander. Ramon Alexander of House Garcia. Protector of the realm, rightful heir to the 7 cameras.
7 cameras.
That's gonna be it for us, guys. And if you want to see more just like this, more complaining about TV show, go ahead and click that like button or subscribe if you haven't already. And is it?
Yeah.
Nothing to say about Game of
no.
Thrones? You're good?
I'll just say that Game of Thrones is still the best TV show I've ever seen.
Yes.
Still the best, despite the hiccups that they've made in this final
Okay,
season.
good.
I'm still mad about how they handled it, but I will say that this season was fairly okay. Not the best, but it was okay.
Okay.
Yes. Just okay.
Thanks for watching, guys. As always, you guys take care, and we'll see you all a little bit later.
Yeah. We'll see you later.